So did men land on the moon? Do I believe they didn't go? No. Do I believe they went? No. There are only two alternatives here. Jesus was asked, give us the sign of your coming.
One sign.
One sign, and that's Matthew 24:3. Give us the sign of your coming. He said, men shall deceive you. Deception comes very well organized. It is many people to corroborate the story.
Involved.
Many voices can say yes, 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 yes. And you don't even understand why. So did men land on the moon? Ladies and gentlemen, we just came from COVID. What happened? It's only now we realize by some admissions that even these big companies had never tried it. They just sent their vaccines.
Without trying.
Only now. During the time we were so deceived to do anything. This whole thing about landing on the moon happened during what we call the Cold War.
Cold War.
Russia, you understand, the Soviet Union, and America. Just fighting, technology. It was a war of words and a war of technology. Showing prowess in technology in all these areas. They were just doing their thing. There was a rush to reach the moon.
The moon.
Somebody needed to claim that
I'm the first one.
I'm the first one to go there. Do I believe they didn't go? No. Do I believe they went? No. There are only two alternatives here before I give you the evidence. Two alternatives. Number one, they went, but they are lying. No. But what they saw there caused them never to return. Number two, all the evidence they supplied to us was all a lie. Let me show you Bill Clinton. Back then, I thought he was crazy, but after 8 years in the White House, I wonder if this man was not ahead of his time. Let me explain why he said those words. It's in his book called My Life. He talks about a time where he met a carpenter. And the carpenter said, people did not land on the moon. So Bill Clinton said, at that time, I thought that man was crazy. But after spending 8 years in the White House, with what I now know, I think the guy was ahead of his time. Listen, this is the president of America who is saying the carpenter was ahead of his time.
Admitting
Admitting that after 8 years, I'm now agreeing with the carpenter. So this is the time of Kennedy assassination. Do you understand?
Yes,
of the Operation Northwoods, of the Gulf incident, the garrison to Vietnam. All these were events that occurred during the same time. See, I'm trying to give you a context of this whole thing. What happened during this time that could cause anyone to fake it or to go and lie? This Operation Northwoods we're talking about is when they were doing what they call false flags, where they joined community, members of America were signing so that they could have war with Cuba. They to create drama so that they can only have Joint Chief of Staff signing, saying, yeah, let's fight Cuba. They've done this, they've done, just lying.
Wow.
I think we know Neil Armstrong. Ever heard of him?
Yes, sir.
We know Buzz Aldrin.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You see that? That was given to the Holland leader by Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong and all that. That was a stone they took from the moon. Okay? They handed it over. Neil Armstrong handed it over to the leader of Holland, Netherlands. Say, here is proof. Do you know what they did? They discovered it's fake.
Wow.
There it is. Moon rock given to Holland by Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin is fake.
Wow.
How on earth do you go to a premier of a country, to a prime minister of a country, a Dutch prime minister, and say, this is Neil Armstrong? It wasn't his cousin, no. Neil Armstrong. He's the one holding the thing, say, hey, please.
This is the thing.
This is it. Then they started it and realized it's all fake. It was fake. Let me show you something. That is what it's called the troposphere, down there. That's where our weather takes place. You know, when you say it's cold, it's raining, that's it. That's in that region. Then you go to what? To stratosphere. That's where your Emirates, that's where they fly. Then you go to what is called the mesosphere. The mesosphere is where, you know, those meteorites, they are not reaching us because they bend there. Then you get to what is called the thermosphere, which is like 400 miles from the Earth's surface, and temperatures rise from 200 to 500 degrees Celsius.
Wow.
You understand that in a few minutes.
Wow.
Then you go to what is called the exosphere there. You can even tell the temperature is 500 to 2,000 degrees Celsius. Then you go to the exosphere, zero sometimes to 1,700 degrees Celsius. Maybe it doesn't make any sense what I'm trying to say. Do you see that, right? You see the 2,000 degrees Celsius?
Yes, sir.
You see the 1,700 degrees Celsius? You know that, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Put the lunar modular so I can show you. That thing went there, okay?
Yes, sir.
It's made out of aluminium, titanium, stainless steel, nickel steel alloy, heat-resistant glass. Keep it there. So you understand the melting point of aluminium is 463 degrees Celsius. The age of deception is now.
Yes, sir.
It will be done by the media.
The era of deception.
The era of deception is coming. As a matter of fact, it's here.
It's here.
We are saying,
Break it down.
the first graph we showed you is degrees,
Yes.
heat. And now we're showing you now the lunar module with the temperatures, the melting point for the material that forms that. Aluminium, 463, all right? If we go stainless steel, 1,510. If you go to nickel steel alloy, which is 1,453. If you go to heat-resistant glass, you'll find that is 760 degrees Celsius. Now, the suits of those astronauts, you see those guys there?
Yes, sir.
Made of glass fiber, aluminium fiber, silicon rubber. Just so that you understand what I'm trying to say. For you to go through an X-ray,
X-ray.
they put lead material which is stronger than that. Wow. No, you know, they're not getting this.
Wow.
I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again.
That's NASA telling you they destroyed technology. Oh, you destroy technology and you no longer have a way to go back. You see, it's so convenient. One time, no, the technology was too backward. But if the technology you have is now really advanced, what's your issue?
Should be easier to get there.
Listen, it's not like by accident. They deleted it.
Intentionally.
I want you to see something here.
Plan that NASA has is to build a rocket called SLS, which is a heavy lift rocket. It's something that is much bigger than what we have today, and it will be able to launch the Orion capsule with humans on board, as well as landers or other components to destinations beyond Earth orbit. Right now, we only can fly in Earth orbit. That's the farthest that we can go. We only can fly in Earth orbit. That's the farthest that we can go. And this new system that we're building is going to allow us to go beyond and hopefully take humans into the solar system to explore. So the moon, Mars, asteroids, there's a lot of destinations that we could go to, and we're building these building block components in order to allow us to do that eventually.
So you see what he's saying? This is a NASA employee telling you we are still trying to build a bigger one. There is nothing about 1972 one. This one will help us go to the moon.
But we're also really pushing the boundaries in terms of where we're going forward with exploration. I think humans are naturally driven to do this, and this is really the beginning, I think, of human beings leaving low Earth orbit. I certainly plan on being around to see that.
Now, this is why I say to you, don't be, even the Bible actually says, don't be like all these people that just hear the word and go home. The apostle recommended the style of the Bereans, that they would hear something and go and research for themselves.
Yes, sir.
Even while I'm saying this, go back home, research for yourself. If you went to the moon, just go back.
Mr. Armstrong, Bart Sibrel, ABC Digital. Wanted to give you the opportunity to swear on the Bible that you walked on the moon. Will you put your left hand on the Bible and swear to God that you walked on the moon?
Gentlemen. Mr. Sibrel.
Yes? If you really walked on the moon, why would you not do that? So why don't you just put the end to the record in the argument and put your hand on the Bible, swear to God you walked on the moon.
Mr. Sibrel, knowing you, that's probably a fake Bible.
Really? Well, no, it's a real Bible. You have the opportunity to have $5,000.
The meeting is not open.
Well, you have $5,000 cash. You can give it to charity if you swear on the Bible that you walked on the moon.
Please
I have
give
the
it to
tape.
charity. It'd be fine.
Why don't you swear to... Why not? Why won't you do it? So why don't you put your hand on the Bible and swear to God that you walked on the moon?
Mr. Sibrel has made a fool of himself in front of the world. Mr. Sibrel, you do not deserve answers.
Notice here, any opportunity you are given to question a thing until proof is given. The kingdom of God is not in word only, but in the demonstration of power. There should be a certain level of power you are given. I don't know if you're getting this.
We are catching.
Yes, sir.
A certain level of power you are given. Where you go, wait a minute. I believe in Jesus, but it can't just be cerebral move only in the head. No, it should actually be something you can demonstrate. How on earth do we argue if people landed on the moon when we don't have the evidence that they did? If you understood the context or the setting of this whole big thing, you would have understood why it was necessary to do what they did. The age of deception is now.
Yes, sir.
And it will be done by the media.
The era of deception.
The era of deception is coming. As a matter of fact, it's here.
It's here.
As long as the media knows how to do it, they go that direction and that's it. Everyone follows because they're sheep.